Hi, I'm Alicia. Hope you're doing as tremendously as possible. Um, I've been thinking about something's come to mind about the shooter of the Minneapolis Catholic school. I don't like to say their name. I don't like to say shooters' names. I don't get why media does. I don't get why media um, publishes their manifesto or gives publicity to that. I don't get these things. Certainly should cover the shooting, but not this other stuff. I think that's why the shooters largely do it. So, if not mostly, if not, entirely do it. So, I know it's motivations get weird when it's when they've committed suicide, um, but how many commit suicide too? Or yeah. Anyway, thinking out loud at this point. So, I think that the shooter who claimed to be a transgender woman, um, I think this reveals a difference. This is a great example. It's not doesn't solely, but it's a great example of differences between non-binary people and transgender women. And I don't mean to seem insensitive here, but I've been thinking for a couple of years now about something that shows that I don't know why we put non-binary and transgender women in the same category, like in a lot of ways, right? Like in services, for instance. So like I've seen in a homeless shelter, like non-binary is put with women, cisgender, transgender women. So basically, I'm not gonna be an ass and call this shooter a man, but I'm not gonna call them a woman because women don't pull that sort of crap. Um, so they're non-binary, and obviously that would make and does make them different from transgender women and any woman, any type of woman. And then there's this is the thought I've had for 2 years. So bi gender, non-binary includes bi gender and gender fluid, and this is why I say that non-binary and transgender are separate for these types of non-binary. So maybe the shooter isn't these types of non-binary, but wouldn't be surprised. So two types of non-binary people are bi gender folks and gender fluid folks. That means that a bi gender person is a woman, but also is a man. This also means that a gender fluid person sometimes is a man, if not often a man, if not usually a man. So that's definitely not that those types of non-binary are definitely not women. Well, and even like other types like agender, no gender, that's not a woman either. But I think when it comes, unfortunately, like abuse, which obviously includes shooting, those sometimes they kind of fall sadly along gendered lines of male and female, just because it's so much of a problem that men have, and women are so often the victims, right? So I don't know why a bigender or gender fluid non-binary person is considered with transgender women, and I wouldn't be surprised again if this shooter is that one of those types of non-binary. This also is the problem of conflating all types of non-binary together, because I would imagine maybe the soul of an agender person is a bit different from the soul of a bigender or a gender fluid person. I mean, obviously we've called them differently. We've just in recent years conflated these all and put them all under the same umbrella. But you're putting men, if since in putting it all under non-binary, all the types, and then putting non-binary with transgender women, you're putting men with women. So, um, thanks for watching.